This is coverage of Pierre Governor High School sports on KGFX, drgnews.com, and the DRG News app. It's time for the pregame on KGFX.
And hello, everybody. We welcome you into Riggs High Gym as our high school basketball coverage on KGFX gets us set for the Pierre Governor girls hosting the Huron Tigers. Sorry if you were enjoying that song on KGFX. If you didn't know what it was, the great thing about drgnews.com, you can go to that KGFX station page and figure out what that song was. But we have more important things to do. It is high school basketball action here on a Tuesday night. And while you're on the KGFX station page, you can also watch tonight's game live. As we welcome you into the Bank West pregame show, wrapping up the C game here before the varsity girls take the floor. Huron has spread it out here in the fourth quarter, leading 48-27, final 24.4. Before we go any further on our Bank West pregame show, I want to give a big thanks to all of our great sponsors who bring you high school coverage tonight at Bank West. Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, the British Heffelbein Agency, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, Mayhem Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Hag Ag, Sander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Falmouth Lumber, Fruiting Electric, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, and Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi. That horn you heard in the background, and the band here playing means that the C game is done and the pregame begins here as the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers will take the floor. Also a reminder, many nights like tonight, we've got multiple games going on across our airwaves. A great reminder to download the DRG News app. You can bounce around from game to game, catch all the coverages live as the Pierre Governor boys are on the road in Huron. We've also got games on KPLO and KMLO. Harriet Selby area at Sully Buttes boys basketball tonight with Spencer Gosh on KMLO and Darren Boyle on KPLO as Jones County and Phillip girls basketball. Pierre Governor girls looking to snap a losing streak here tonight. Losers of their last 5 games, but boy, has it been a tough stretch of schedule. And what's interesting is in those last 5 losses, we've seen improvements through each and every game. Their last win came against Douglas, but then they faced off and lost to an undefeated Brandon Valley team. They would lose to a 9-5 Aberdeen Central team. Wouldn't get any easier as they came home to take on the 14-1 Lady O'Gorman Lady Knights. The Yankton Lady Gazelles would get the win at their place as the Governors went on the road and would lose 54-33. And then back here at home against 9-6 T area. And, well, I wish I could say it gets easier, but you got a great Huron team coming in tonight boasting an 8-7 record. However, this has been a streaky season for the Huron Lady Tigers. They lost their first game on the road at T area. Then they pick up 3 straight wins against Brookings, Rapid City Stevens, which was a very impressive win. They would then lose their following 3 games to Sioux Falls, Washington, who sits at 12-1, to Lennox, who sits at 15-3, and then lose on the road at Harrisburg, who sits at 6-7. They would dominate Sioux Falls Lincoln to win their next 2, taking that one 72-27 and beating Brookings at home 42-30. Before losing 3 more games against Sioux Falls Jefferson, against Mitchell, and against Yankton. They are winners of their last 3, looking to make it 4 straight here tonight. And Pierre Governor girls hoping to change the direction. Now, as we take a quick look at the standings, Pierre Governor girls have everything right in front of them. They sit currently at 14th in Class AA standings. Huron sitting at 11th. And with some very important games coming up here for the Pierre Governor girls. We saw maybe one of their best performances in that losing streak in their Saturday matchup when they lost here at home to T-Area. It was a close game all the way throughout. Molly Olson had another one of her best performances. We saw the resurgence of Emery Larson outside the arc. And hoping that carries over here to tonight. We'll get into more of that in our Buff Nation Keys to Success. But first, a lot of folks making their way into the gym here in Pierre. I want to remind you, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you, slow the drive, arrive alive. It starts with you. You've got some place to be. Both teams down on the floor getting loose. We're getting set here less than 15 minutes away from tip. We're going to step away for our first break. When we come back, we got the introduction of our game officials, our Buff Nation Keys to Success. We'll introduce you to our starting lineups, and we'll get this thing underway here on KGFX tonight. We're also streaming live on drgnews.com.
there when you need them the most. Bank West Insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Welcome back into the Bank West pregame show, getting you set for tip less than 10 minutes away. Hello, everybody. Justin Coward coming to you live from Briggs High Gym as the Pierre Governor girls welcome in the Huron Tigers. We've got our A-list crew with us tonight. The newest member of Live Ticket, John Stewart, working the camera, where you can also view tonight's game live on drgnews.com at KGFX station page. We've got Haley Hansen back in the studio. We've got the Pierre Governor band off to our right, led by Gage Rollman. And they sound good, but they sound like they're just missing something, and I think I know what it is. It is Cortana Mancuso, not in the band tonight. No, she is the newest member of DRG Media Group. She'll be board hopping with us. And we'll also have a pretty cool show coming down the pipeline as we get closer to that. Get it dialed in. We'll fill you in on what that is. That is going to be a fun show, especially for the students of Briggs High. As we get set, let's get you some keys to success here tonight. As I mentioned, Pierre Governor girls trying to snap a 5-game losing streak, but going through the thick of their schedule. We already talked about the undefeated loss to Brandon Valley, loss on the road to Aberdeen Central. They lose at home to 14-1 O'Gorman, something folks have done a lot of this season. Go on the road, play a team in Yankton that just got hot at the right time, started knocking down everything from outside of the arc, carried the momentum into the half, and carried that over into the second half with the late 3 in the second quarter, stretched that lead out to 14 points, and the mountain was too tall to climb for the Pierre Governor girls. They came back here against a very good T-area team, and, well, the Titans played well, but the Pierre Governors hung in there tough. And one thing that we'll get to here in a moment was the resurgence of Emery Larson. But, you can put those in the rearview mirror. Governor's still sitting at 14th in Class AA standings, and they have got some incredibly important games upcoming to close out the regular season. They've got a game at home against Brookings next week. 7 days from now, that could be a win for the Pierre Governors that could help them sit right where they are. They go on the road to take on 11-4 Mitchell. That might be the toughest test on the outset of this season. They stay on the road against Sioux Falls Lincoln, who sits winless on the year. They stay on the road against Sioux Falls Jefferson, who sits at 8-6, another tough test for the Pierre Governor girls. Then they come home to take on Sioux Falls Roosevelt, who sits at 2-12. They go on the road to take on 3-11 Watertown. So it's been tough to get those wins lately, but as I mentioned, you can put all that behind you, try to pick up wins as you close out this regular season and close out the month of February. All right, we say all that to bring it into our keys to success. Before we talk more X's and O's, let's hear from our friends who sponsor those keys to success, our friends at Buff Nation.
Buff Nation is proud to support and serve area athletics and the Stanley County Buffaloes this season. Buff Nation never stops giving back, and you can become a valued member today with memberships starting at $30. Membership fees include Buff Nation decals, discounted ticketing to events, free concession stand items, and so much more. If you are interested in becoming a member of Buff Nation, please contact Tate Gabriel at 605-222-5537.
And for our Buff Nation keys to success, we have talked a lot about trying to get some other players going offensively for the Pierre Governors, because there has been a very calculated effort by their opponents to take Emery Larson out of the offensive flow. And it worked until it did. T-area Emery got going again, was knocking down shots from all over the place. But Molly Olson, in the absence of Emery Larson's just dominant nights where we've seen her go for double-digit points when defenses have been taking her away, Molly Olson's been stepping up. They're also going to require some play from off the bench. We've seen Zoe Bauer put in some good minutes alongside Ellen Hart coming off the bench. Alex Ludeman and Faith Baumberger have played well off the bench for Kirk Bebout. They're going to have to continue to do that. This is a tall Huron team that will dominate in the paint if you let them. The other key to success tonight is going to be protecting the basketball. We talk about this a lot, and that's kind of what did end the Pierre Governor girls in their loss to T-area on Saturday. They were right in it. It was a 3-point game at one point, but turnovers in the second half ultimately helped the T-area Titans stretch out that lead and get the win here on the road. So if they can protect the basketball, can't afford free possessions given to the Huron Tigers. If you can avoid that, hit your shots from the outside, get production from across the floor, and keep Emery Larson hot. Well, those are all ingredients to keys to success. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll introduce you to our game officials tonight. I have the national anthem, introduce you to our starting lineups, and get this one underway. Good energy in the building for a whiteout here at Riggs High Gym. Fans are ready. We're ready. We'll get you set to go here in the next 5 minutes. You're listening to the Bank West pregame show live on KGFX and streaming live on DRGnews.com.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Well, it was a great day Saturday as the Pierre Governor Riggs Hall of Fame got a little bit bigger. Congratulations to Stephanie Pollock, to Quincy Christie, Michael Tweets, Sidney Zanin, Terry Becker, and his 2013 Governor Boys State Championship basketball team. They were all honored at halftime. It was great to have Brian Oakland up here to wax poetic about all the great things that those folks did to pave the way for Pierre Governor athletics. It was truly a special day, and we hope that we have another special night here tonight. Governor girls really played hard in that one. It was a bit of a foul fest both ways, but we want to give a big thanks to our officials for being there, calling a great game, and let's introduce you to tonight's great officials. Before we do that, here's a word from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
And our three officials tonight will be Mr. Jim Fugate, Mr. Jesse Strickers, and Miss Genevieve Dement Osborne. All right, we're getting set for the national anthem, so customary will step away as it gets quiet in here. When we come back, it's starting lineups and tip-off time. You're listening live to Pierre Governor girls basketball versus the Huron Tigers on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in
This is coverage of area high school.
Well, technically, this is coverage of area high school basketball. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I got to tell you, the Pierre Governor marching band here in the house tonight with the national anthem. Charlie Booth has got nothing on what they just did. Beautiful rendition of our nation's anthem as we get set for tip-off here moments away. Starting lineups being announced down on the floor, so let's introduce you to the starting five from both sides. The Pierre Governor girls will be starting a pretty familiar starting crew tonight. Jasmine Yost, Molly Olson, Emery Larson, alongside Jordan Kirky and Mackenzie Flottmeyer. For the Huron Tigers, it'll be Addison Knight, Allie Davis, Hilton Hines, Abigail Harrington, and Chloe Carr to round out the starting five. Pierre Governors are led by Kirk Bebel, and the Huron Tigers are led by Cody Kaufman. Officials are set. Both teams huddled up here. Governor girls in their home whites with Pierre arched across the chest in Governor green, outlined in black, numerals in green, outlined in black as well. Green and white stripes down either side of the shorts. Huron in their road blacks with Huron in big block letters across the chest in white, outlined in orange, numerals the same way. And they've got the Tiger logo on the left pant leg and the shorts with a thin stripe of orange outlined in white. Mackenzie Flottmeyer and Chloe Carr set for tip. We're underway as the Tigers will take it on the opening possession. They'll be attacking from my left to your right if you're listening live on KGFX. Of course, the opposite direction if you're watching John Stewart's outstanding camera work on drgnews.com. Drive down the lane and an early whistle called as Hilton Hines was fouled on her way to the bucket down the left side of the lane. We'll get Jasmine Yost with an early foul here just 17 seconds into regulation. She's got a wry smile on, didn't like the call. As the first free throw is up and good for Hilton Hines, and she will light up our Wegner Auto scoreboard for the first time tonight. Second on the way, 2-0 Huron from number 22. Governor girls have had an issue with falling behind early in games, and then they've really settled in, but it's been too tall of a task, and not a great start here for Jasmine Yost. She gets the foul and then gets the travel as she crosses midcourt, so an early turnover gives it back to the Tigers. Left-handed take from Allie Davis, who hands it off. Inside shot up and good after a friendly roll for Abigail Harrington right in front of the bucket. If there was a semicircle arc underneath the hoop, she would have taken it right from the top of it. 4-0 Tigers lead. Emery Larson up top for Yost. First true offensive possession for the Pierre Governors. Yost kicks into the corner. Molly Olson in the far side corner has it poked free, and it's taken away by the Tigers. Out and running with it is Hilton Hines. Driving from the top of the key, whistled and called for the travel. Good work inside by Mackenzie Flottmeyer, getting her left hand on top of that basketball, forcing the extra step. Governor girls get the stop on defense, but facing a full court press, give it right back. Addison Knight deflects and steals herself. She takes it herself in the lane and draws the foul, and she'll be headed to the free throw line to try to add 2 more to the Tigers total. They'll get Emery Larson with this contact. That will be her first. 2 team fouls here in the early going, just 1:13 gone. And the first quarter, first free throw is up and good for Addison Knight. Pretty important game for both teams. Tigers sitting at 11th in the Class AA standings. More important for the Pierre Governor girls, who sit at 14th. Knight splits the free throws, misses the second. But a really important stretch for the Pierre Governor girls upcoming throughout the rest of this month. Take a look at those standings again when we get a breather. Meanwhile, Molly Olson from the corner for 3. She was red hot from over there on Saturday. Missed that one a little bit strong. Coming away with the rebound was the Tigers. Down low, spinning and putting up a shot, but 2 players tumbling to the ground as Abigail Harrington misses the 2. Kicked out, and a 3-pointer on the way in. No good for Hilton Hines. Luckily, both those players were able to get up and dust off. Emery Larson was in the mix. Governor girls back on offense, trailing 5-0. Jasmine Yost trying to get the Governor girls on the board with a 3. That's off the mark. Allie Davis coming away with the rebound. Addison Knight driving down towards baseline. Hits the brakes, comes back out, cross-court pass into the hands of Hines, and she's going to lose the dribble. Jasmine Yost playing with fire there, almost drawing the foul. We saw this on Saturday. Zoe Bauer off the bench and in for Mackenzie Flottmeyer. We knew at some point she'd start earning more minutes earlier in games. That came true on Saturday. She's played outstanding in the opportunities that she has had. Kurt Bebout calling her number here early. Olsen on the right wing. And officials will blow the whistle, reaching foul called. Look at Allie Davis with her first. Theme tonight is white out. Student section 3 rows deep. Followed suit except for one fan down there. He's got Governor Green on. Must have not got the memo. Zoe Bauer with her first shot of the evening, a left wing 3. That's no good. Molly Olson climbing the ladder and drawing the foul. As this will be assessed to Hilton Hines. Now both teams evened up with 2 fouls apiece. Bauer will inbound along the baseline. Basket is off to her right. Quick kick in. Molly Olson double-teamed and has the shot blocked off the left block. Great defense. Huron watched their film. That play has worked a lot for the Pierre Governors. They couldn't get it to go there. Down on the other end, up and under. Allie Davis fights through contact and lays it in for the 2. And we've got our first Agtegra timeout of the evening. It'll be taken by the Govs. We'll tell you what Agtegra has to say on the other side of this 60-second break. 7-0 Governors Trail on KGFX.
Smart grocery shopping.
Call Pint Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching. Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Potential straight from the start. Contact your local. On the board with a top of the key three. That's off to the right, no good. Hines coming away with the rebound. Going down to the floor is Addison Knight. No travel called as the official Jim Fugate said she bobbled it. Allie Davis will drive baseline, put up a shot. That's errant. And Molly Olson comes away with the rebound, and Allie Davis is going to draw her second foul of the first quarter. That's 3 team fouls for the Tigers. Kurt Bebout barking out commands from the Pierre Governor bench. Again, the girls trailing 7-0 here on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. 4:41 remaining in the first frame. Zoe Bauer will run point here, brings it across midcourt. Inside left elbow to Jordan Kirky, who fired a bullet inside underneath the hoop to Molly Olson. She couldn't handle it. It had so much heat on it. Went right through her hands, off her chest, and into the hands of the Tigers. They've checked in Jayla Schley. And we got a whistle and a reach and foul. Looks like Jordan Kirky got a little bit handsy up top with Chloe Carr, the senior center. Addison Knight will inbound from the far side of the floor. Knight got the pass back from Schley off the inbound. Now she kicks to newly checked in Jency Georgian. Turning the corner and driving is Knight. Inside feed to Schley. Schley loses the handle, but it rolls right to Hilton Hines, who throws up a floater and gets it to fall through. Hines has got 4. The lead is 9 for the Tigers. Jasmine Yost turning and driving. Kicks out. Far side wing 3 for Zoe Bauer, and she has got the Governor girls on the board. 9-3, 6-point ball game. Zoe Bauer breathing some life into this Governor's offense, looking for a stop, and they get it as the pass inside from Hilton Hines goes off the foot of Chloe Carr and out of play. Governor girls protecting the ball well here in this first quarter. Got to be a theme for all 4 frames if they want to stay in this one. Zoe Bauer from this side wants 3 more. That's a bit too strong. Allie Davis coming away with the board. Long pass up ahead to Knight. Knight dribbling, elbow jumper, up no good. Coming away with the rebound, though, is Chloe Carr, and now we've got a scrub on the floor as Addison Knight and Jordan Kirky get tied up. It's an alternating possession. You might remember back, Huron won the opening tip, so the Governors will control. Another name we've seen off the bench pretty frequently now is Faith Bomberger. She checks in for Jordan Kirky. Zoe Bauer will try to feed it inside to Faith Bomberger. That is ripped away by Schley. Schley trying to go coast to coast. Knifes between 2 defenders and lays it up and in for the 2. 11-3. Tigers out in front. Under 3 to play in our first quarter. Emery Larson in front of the student section will dribble and kick to Yost at the top of the key. Yost directing traffic, now picks up as she dribbles once to the right. Olson's now got it on the right wing. She uses her dribble, now kicks out to Yost. 15 on the shot clock, out to Bauer. Bauer swings near side for Bomberger. Bomberger drives, tried the left-handed layup. Schley thought otherwise, blocked it away. Haley Rogers now in the game for the Tigers. Will kick into the corner for Knight. Knight dribbles across the floor, backs it out. Deep 3, Emery Larson distance on the way for Rogers, and much like Larson did on Saturday, Rogers splashes it in. 14-3, 11-point lead. Timeout taken by Kurt Bebout. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
Taking care of your
Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
She knocked down a right wing three. Huron's offense has really been generated by their defense. Made a couple nice blocks underneath in the paint. Forced a couple turnovers. And they have spread the wealth. Haley Rogers, the latest Tiger to score. She knocked in that three before the Ag-Tegra break. 2 minutes to play in quarter number one. Pass down low for a wide open Molly Olson, a bit too high for Zoe Bauer. From Zoe Bauer, I should say. They had drawn out the Tigers' defense well off the baseline and out of the post, and Olson was all alone. And that pass just been a little bit lower. They might have been able to get two more. Larson and Bauer hassling Jency Georgian as she makes her way up the floor. They'll force it out of bounds. We'll stay with the Tigers. Harrington to inbound, quickly into Schley. Schley kicks back to Hines. Hines drives and puts up a shot, draws the foul. Couldn't hit the bucket, but she can earn them from the free throw line. They'll get Faith Baumberger. Baumberger making contact with the arm of Hilton Hines. Hines 2 for 2 from the line. Tigers 3 for 4 thus far tonight. Pierre Governor's yet to take a free throw shot. First one up and good. Hines, the captain, one of the 3 captains on this Tiger team, splits the pair, missing the second. Jasmine Yost, scrappy as ever, able to come away with the rebound amongst a couple black jerseys. Larson trying to get it going, 3 from the top. No good. Olson trying to chase the rebound, but getting to it first was Jayla Schley. Inside swing, driving the lane and trying to kick out into the far side corner was Abigail Harrington, but ripping it away was Molly Olson, but going a little bit too quick across midcourt and bringing it inside the arc was Olson. Lost the dribble. Zoe Bauer read that pass perfectly. She's got nothing but hardwood in front of her, and Zoe Bauer makes another bucket. She's got all 5 of the Governor girls' points here, 15-5. Huron out in front by 10. And another giveaway is the Pierre Governor defense starting to ratchet up a bit. Olson on the left wing will swing to Yost up top. And we got a foul committed against Emery Larson. Haley Rogers going to be the guilty party. Holding back Larson from getting down into the lane. Maybe a little bit of an acting job there by Emery Larson, but either way, it is a foul. Larson has got 2 things. She's got a really high basketball IQ, and she's got zero conscience. She will shoot it from the parking lot if she feels that she is open. Unbelievable point scorer for the Pierre Governor girls is Emery Larson. They swing to Bauer, far side. 40 seconds to play, and another giveaway. This time, Chloe Carr coming away with the steal for the Tigers. 3-second difference in game clock and shot clock. Molly Olson jumping in front of a pass, almost coming away with the steal. Get some reassurance from the Pierre Governor crowd that was a nice play, and it indeed was. Hines guarded heavily by Jasmine Yost, and she throws Yost away with the left arm, and Yost draws the foul. Yost went flying across the arc, slid underneath the free throw line. Jessalyn Noyes will check in. Didn't see who they checked down. Either way, shot clock is shut off. 20 seconds to play here in the opening frame. Emery Larson wants 3 from the wing. Up, off the back iron. Didn't come back down the elevator shooting in, but it rolls out of bounds. The officials have a conversation, say that was last touched by Bauer. So now it'll be the Tigers' turn to potentially take the last shot of our opening quarter. Court press on here for the Govs, trying to generate a steal, make it hard for one final throw here for the Tigers. They get across midcourt. Whistling pass into the corner for Noyes. She kicks it back up top. Kirky with a nice job getting tied up there underneath with Chloe Carr. Forces the alternating possession. And that was really kind of a two-possession swing there because the Tigers will only be able to inbound this with 0.5 seconds left, and the arrow now favors the Governors. What will the Tigers do? They throw it up top, collect it, and heave from the top of the key, but to no avail for Addison Knight. So the Tigers come storming out, but the Governors settle in. They trail by 10, 15-5, Tigers lead. We are into the second quarter after this 60-second break on KGFX.
Financial investments.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee
Second
Federal
quarter.
Credit
Hello, everybody. Justin Cowart coming to you live. John Stewart, our camera up, and we've got double team in the studio. Haley Hansen and Cortana Mancuso working back in the DRG Media Group headquarters. Alex Ludeman will start our second quarter with a 3-point attempt from the left wing. That's no good. Tigers come away with the rebound quickly across midcourt. They want 3. Allie Davis heaves it. No good. Perky able to come away with the defensive board. She off balance heaves a perfect pass up ahead to Molly Olsen. Molly Olsen has that shot blocked, but it kicks right out to Kirky, who puts up an elbow jumper. That's no good. Davis and Olsen tied up, and Molly Olsen is going to be whistled for the foul. She didn't like that call. It is her first. Allie Davis and Hilton Hines playing with 2 fouls. Pierre Governors all playing with 1. Zoe Bauer showing her defensive prowess, stepping in front of that pass, deflecting it into the student section. So the Tigers will reset. Hines sprinting across midcourt with Zoe Bauer in her right pocket. She drives, floats, no good, but the rebound comes right to her, and Zoe Bauer going to get called for a reach-in foul, and I'm going to say this was an active shooting. They will. So free throws coming up for Hilton Hines. She is 3 for 4, 4 for 6 in total are the Tigers. Again, Governors have yet to take a free throw. First one up and good for Hines. As she adds to her total, she leads both teams in scoring with 8. Hines second on the way, up and no good. So again, she splits the pair. Ludeman able to come away with the board. Runs it across midcourt. Floats to Larson, who gives it back to Ludeman. Ludeman wanted it down low to Kirky, but there to take it away was Carr. Tigers across midcourt again after the steal. Carr dribbling to the left wing, and she's going to be whistled for a travel. So the Pierre Governors having a bit of turnover issues, but the Tigers are handing them right back. 16-5 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Tigers lead. All 5 points belong to Zoe Bauer. Olsen hassled again, has it jarred free. And now 4 bodies go down to the hardwood. 3 black jerseys and Jordan Kirky diving in. And I thought after that last alternating possession, the arrow favored the Governors, but the Tigers have it here. Quarter change possession, flipping the arrow. Baseline bullet pass across the way for Allie Davis. She swings up top for Knight. Knight for 3. No good. Too strong off the glass. And it bounces right to the hands of Zoe Bauer. Larson trying to feed it underneath for Molly Olson. Molly Olson with a left-handed shot. That is up and no good. Davis there for the defensive rebound. Shots just not falling for anybody but Zoe Bauer here thus far for the Governors. Molly Olson sees her opportunity and takes it as Allie Davis had her eyes up the floor. Olson saw the ball hanging out, dives in, wraps up with Davis. This time it will belong to the Pierre Governors. We've seen Molly Olson improve right before our very eyes throughout this season on both ends of the floor. She's always been a great defender, but her offensive skill set has picked up rapidly throughout the season, as has Zoe Bauer. She heaves another three. She misses that one. Now 1 for 3 from outside the arc here this evening. Under 6 minutes to play in our second quarter. 11-point lead for the Tigers. Addison Knight fakes the pass, drives, and is called for the travel. Student section brought the energy tonight. They can certainly be hard when things go well for the Pierre Governors. Kirky will inbound. Zoe Bauer still running point. Spending plenty of time out there for Kurt Bebout. She'll control on the right wing. Nice pass underneath for Olson, but she is triple teamed. Somebody's open. She kicks out for Kirky, and Kirky drains the long two. Somebody else for the Pierre Governor girls on the board. It's Jordan Kirky. She cuts it to a single-digit deficit, 16-7. Now she forces a steal. Good handwork and another tie-up on the floor. And it's Jayla Schley and Chloe Carr get up, dust themselves off along with Kirky. That'll be another alternating possession. Tigers will inbound in the front court from their own baseline. Swung in for Hines. Hines trying to turn around an illegal screen committed by Jayla Schley. So the Governors getting some positive possessions on defense. Can they turn it into offense? Molly Olson finds herself wide open for three, and she knocks it down. Zoe Bauer gets the assist. Molly Olson gets the three. Just like that, it is a two-possession ball game. 16-10. Governors trail under 5 minutes in our opening frame, and another travel committed by Jency Georgian. And I wouldn't be shocked if Cody Kaufman wants to call a timeout here, and there it is. Crowd fired up. Here, Governors with the momentum, trailing 16-10. Our Agtegra timeout will only take 30 seconds. Back after this on KGFX.
At First Dakota. Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Huron Tigers held all the momentum in that first quarter, but it has shifted rapidly in favor of Pierre. See if they can capitalize on this momentous push. They trail 16-10, but they do have the offensive possession. Zoe Bauer and company back out on the floor. Emery Larson trying to get it going from outside. She'll miss the three, and we've got a foul on the rebound down low. It'll go against the Pierre Governors, and Jasmine Yost. That will be her second. 3 team fouls here in the second for the Governors, just 1 for the Tigers. 2-man trap right at midcourt. Almost forces a steal on the cross-court pass, but Allie Davis comes away with it and draws a foul on the right block. 2 shots upcoming. They'll get Jordan Kirky for her second foul. Allie Davis with 2 points. First one on the way is up and good. Faith Bomberger back into the game for the Govs. Taking a seat is Jordan Kirky. 17-10 Tigers lead. They too make a substitution. Haley Rogers in for Chloe Carr. Davis patiently awaiting the second free throw. Twirls and fires. And it's good. 7 of 10 from the free throw line are the Pierre Governors, and there's one of those mistakes the Govs trying to avoid. Jasmine Yost stepping across the baseline as she inbounded just a split second too early. Now Huron with the opportunity to bring it back to a 10-point lead. Off the inbound, right into the hands of Jayla Schley, and she puts it in point blank, 20-10. Tigers lead 4-10 left in our first half. Molly Olson thought about three, drew the defense out, gets a lane to drive, and gets a strong finish with the right hand. So Molly Olson settling in nicely. She's got 5 points. Tigers dealing with a press, able to get it across. And another foul committed. This time it's Zoe Bauer. And that'll be Bauer's second. Just put a little hip into Allie Davis as she drove by from the top of the arc. It's too much contact to ignore. This is actually Hilton Hines who drew the foul as she drains the first free throw. She split her last two pairs from the free throw line, and it's easy to get Allie Davis and Hilton Hines confused. They both got the blonde ponytail, and they're both low 20s in numbers. Hilton Hines knocking down both this time around. Zoe Bauer feeding it inside to Bomberger, and Bomberger will draw a foul. So the whistle's picking up here. Pierre's committed 5 team fouls. That's the second for the Huron Tigers, but Bomberger was in the act of shooting. So she'll try to cut this back to a single-digit deficit. Kirk Bebout talking with Jim Fugate, one of the officials, pleading his case, and now they're going to switch things up. The Governors will inbound this, and that's what Kirk Bebout was incensed about. He wanted that to be a shooting foul. It sure looks like it was, but the officials said it occurred on the floor, so the Governors will run their offensive set. Jasmine Yost right to the rack. Strong two for Jasmine Yost. 22-14. Tigers out in front, but they lose underneath. Jayla Schley, she got behind the two baseline defenders of the Governors, and those layups don't get much easier than that in contest. Back to a 10-point lead. Faith Bomberger outside the arc. Into the corner it goes for Olsen. Olsen sidestepping, but whistled for the travel. She was trying to get around the defense of Abigail Harrington. She just took one too many steps as she ran it along the baseline. Dangerous inbound pass saved by Hines. Jasmine Yost is going to force that one out of play. Hilton Hines wanted the foul. There was contact there, but not enough to draw the whistle. Will stay with the Tigers. Allie Davis looking for somewhere to throw it in. Forces it into Harrington. Harrington kicking out to Hines. Hines driving the lane inside the post. Has it stripped free, but just bounces, or actually floats, right through the air to Schley. And Schley with another easy bucket makes it 26-14. 2.5 remaining in our second quarter. Molly Olsen down low, turning and spinning, trying to get the shot up against Allie Davis. That one was blocked again. By my count, that's the fourth block here in the first half by the Tigers. We had a tie-up, and Molly Olsen was able to lock it up with the Huron defender. Possession arrow favoring the Governors, so they will inbound it from their own baseline. Actually, from the Huron baseline, underneath their own basket. Here comes Emery Larson driving, kicking long two, foot on the line for Kirky. Off the mark to the left, Knight coming away with the board. whoever brings it up has to deal with the defense of Jasmine Yost, and I never envy that. There's another drive and another foul as Allie Davis going right into the teeth of the defense. She made her trip down the right side of the lane from the right wing. That will be Emery Larson's second foul. First free throw on the way for Davis is up and good. Quite the free throw disparity. 13 attempted free throws for the Tigers. They've made 10 of them. Governors have not had the opportunity still to shoot a free throw. Splitting the pair is Davis, 27-14. Tigers nursing this lead with 2 minutes left in the first half. Ollie Olsen with a nice ball fake, drives and kicks to the corner. Zoe Bauer up top. Larson a very deep three. That's too strong, and we've got a whistle as Haley Rogers and Jordan Kirky go tumbling out of bounds. See who they assess this foul to. That'll be on Zoe Bauer, and that'll be her third. So quickly, Alex Ludeman up off the bench for the Pierre Governors, coming in to check surely Zoe Bauer out. Governors were at their foul limit minutes ago, so this will be free throws for Rogers, who misses the first. Zoe Bauer exits for Alex Ludeman. Bauer with 3 fouls but 5 points. Second free throw on the way, in and out for Haley Rogers. Jasmine Yost turning on the Jets, flying down the floor, misses the right-handed layup, able to get her own rebound, but misses that putback. Coming away with the board is Harrington. Harrington quickly up ahead, kicks to Knight. Knight dishes away Jasmine Yost. Inside feed for Carr. Carr turns around and gets it to go off the glass. Tigers starting to find some cracks in that defense in the post, and they are exploiting it. 29-14. Tigers building this first half lead. A lot of passing from the Governors. Olsen now bringing it inside the arc. We got a tie-up and another alternating possession. This arrow will belong to Huron. 2 subs coming in for the Tigers. Georgian and Hines back in. 64 seconds. Make sure you stick around for our CHS River Plains halftime show. We'll recap individual scoring here in the first half. Take a look at some scores from around the state. As the Tigers throw this one away, Harrington couldn't control the pass right in front of the Governor's bench. Another sub for the Huron Tigers. Sees Addison Knight come back in. Jasmine Yost patiently bringing it across midcourt. Rifling pass into the corner. Finds an open Molly Olsen. 3-pointer too strong. Harrington up ahead. Bounce pass through to Rogers on the right wing. Back up top for Harrington. They continue to swing. They find an open Georgian. Georgian fakes the 3, and we've got a 3-second violation called against the Tigers. So as good as Huron has been here in this first half, they are leaving that back door cracked for the Pierre Governor girls. Tigers leading by 15. A very, very minuscule difference between game clock and shot clock here. 25 seconds to play. Kirky thought about kicking it to a cutting Larson, but instead gives it up into the corner for Olsen. Olsen too strong on the 3, and we've got a whistle, and it looks like another foul against the Pierre Governors, which means more free throws upcoming for the Tigers. That'll be the first against Alex Ludeman. And it will be Gen-C Georgian to take the free throws. First on the way for Georgian. Low line drive shot. Drops in. Second on the way for Gen-C is up. That one did not get the benefit of the friendly roll. That's what you see when you get those low arcing shots. As Jordan Kirky drives the lane and draws the whistle. Jordan Kirky got that ball and said, I got one thing on my mind and I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take it down the lane. First free throws of the evening for the Pierre Governors will be taken by Jordan Kirky. She drains the first. That's a refreshing sight for Kirk Bebout to see, is somebody wearing white at the charity stripe. It's been Huron doing all the free throw shooting in this first half. 17 total free throws for the Tigers by my count. Just 2 for the Pierre Governors, but Jordan Kirky makes the most, and she makes them both. 10.5 to play, 30-16. Tigers lead. Quick substitution coming in at the last second. Mackenzie Flottmeyer will sub out Emery Larson. No need to keep Larson in there, playing with 2 fouls. Don't want to pick up a cheap one here before the end of the half. Running it down is Hilton Hines. Hines cut off by Ellen Hart. Wrapped up, 2 seconds to shoot. Up top, they will get a off-balance shot off, and that was a lot closer than it looked like it would be as Jency Georgian was falling away back towards the mid-court line. Just kind of football passed it up ahead, but missed it in the end, although the Tigers do carry a 14-point lead into the half. 30-16 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard as we head to the CHS River Plains halftime. Come back, we'll talk some stores from around the state.
Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
At Iverson
Welcome
Auto.
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Our realtors, 605-224-5588, Kathy Sunshine Properties.
Welcome into the CHS River Plains halftime. Hello, everybody. Justin Coward coming to you live from Riggs High Gym. We've got John Stewart on the camera tonight. Haley Henson alongside Cortana and Cuso back in the studio. Normally at these halftimes, you see all the young kids go down and shoot for pops. Well, Mr. Gage Ruhlman, the band director here for the Pierre Governor Marching Band, has got a young band next to him helping lead the great band who has made their way out tonight. They're sounding great. As Gage Ruhlman better be careful. That young gentleman right there must be coming for his job. 30-16 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard here at the end of the first half. It was kind of back and forth. Some turnovers not really helping the Pierre Governors. You saw turnovers both ways. It's not like the Pierre Governors just turned it over and the Tigers didn't. However, the big discrepancy was the free throw shooting. By my count, it's been 17 total free throws for the Huron Tigers. They've made 11 of those. Only 2 for the Pierre Governor girls. Both of those were made by Jordan Kirky. But you clean up the fouls, you clean up the contact a little bit. This game looks completely different as we take a look at the individual scoring. Zoe Bauer and Holly Olsen both with 5 points. Jordan Kirky has got 4. Jasmine Yost had a double as well from the Huron Tigers. They are led by Hilton Hines, who has 10 total points. Jayla Schley has got 8. And they're starting to get the inside paint area working. So I think it's pretty clear what the Pierre Governor girls need to do in the second half. Got to be a little bit more mindful about those fouls. Of course, protect the basketball. So got to get some offense going. Because that has kind of been the kryptonite for the Pierre Governor girls, falling behind early, settling in, but unable to come back in games. But we would be remiss if we did not mention that the toughest part of the Pierre Governor girls' schedule is right now. They are in the thick of it. Of course, coming off of a game against Brandon Valley, who sits undefeated, going to Aberdeen Central. They sit at 9-5, 14-1. O'Gorman came to town. They would go on the road and lose to Yankton. 9-6 T area here over the weekend, and 8-7 Huron here in the building tonight. They've got a couple more tough ones coming up, mainly on the road against Mitchell on February 20th. Mitchell sits at 11-4, but some very important games coming up for the Pierre Governor girls. Before we talk about the second half, let's quickly take a look at the scores from around the state in Class AA. On the girls' side, O'Gorman took care of Sioux Falls Lincoln 62-15 earlier today. Harrisburg and T area in a good one. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Harrisburg holding a 2-point, 34-32 lead. Brandon Valley leading Sioux Falls, Washington, and a lot of eyes on that one. 32-26 midway through the third quarter. Brandon Valley out in front. Brookings and Sioux Falls. Roosevelt in a good one at the end of the first half. Brookings with a 1-point, 29-28 lead. Mitchell and Aberdeen, Scott, you've heard this one before, in a good one. 35-33, and now tied up at 35 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Mitchell and Aberdeen Central tied up. Sioux Falls Jefferson leading Watertown 28-9 in the fourth right here, 30-16. Huron leads the Pierre Governor girls. Class AA boys, Watertown leading Sioux Falls Jefferson 27-22. Sioux Falls Roosevelt leading Brookings at the end of the first half, 37-22. Halftime between Sioux Falls Lincoln and O'Gorman. Lincoln leading that one by 10, 34-24. Brandon Valley and Sioux Falls Washington at the half, 27-24. Brandon Valley leads. Mitchell leading Aberdeen Central 34-14. And they're about to head to the halftime break, and the Pierre Governor boys hanging in there with the Huron Tigers, 30-23. Tigers lead as they have made their way into the third quarter on River 92-7. Well, we talked a little bit about it. Got to get some offense going, protect the basketball, but mainly try to stay out of foul trouble. If you're the Pierre Governor girls, can't get away with a win if Huron is out shooting you from the free throw line the way they were in the first half. So we'll see if the Pierre Governor girls can get it done. We're back in 2 minutes with the start of the third quarter. You're listening to the CHS River Plains halftime on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Legacy is your trust. Whether you're in Mitchell or in Huron, we embody the values that have defined us for generations. We have been your partner on the road since 1948.
We bring decades of expertise to ensure your journey begins with confidence. Our goal is to turn your visit into a memorable experience, leaving you with a smile and peace of mind.
Iverson Auto of Mitchell and Huron are here to make your car buying experience smooth and enjoyable every step of the way.
Visit us online at iversonauto.com.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey, Josie.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Hello, everybody. Justin Cowart coming to you live from Riggs High Gym. 30-16 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Tigers out in front. But Pierre Governor girls have played kind of in this position throughout the season. They found some wins in these spots and against some of the better teams in Class AA. There really is no easy opponent in Class AA, but they are familiar with this spot. This is a gritty team. This thing is far from over, and the Governor girls will start with this first possession of the second half. We've got a deflection as that one's kicked out of bounds by Addison Knight. We'll stay with the Governors with 25 on the shot clock now. In the second half, Governor girls are attacking from left to right on your radio dial. If you're watching on drgnews.com, you're probably thinking, does this guy know his left from right? Says Jasmine Yost pulls along, too. That's no good. Now our own John Stewart is on the other side of the floor. Tigers looking to add to this lead. After the stop on defense, beautiful drive and beautiful finish from Hilton Hines as she adds another 2-point bucket. She's got 12 tonight, and the lead is 32-16. Stepped between two defenders going down the left side of the lane and put some nice little English on the ball to make sure it dropped in perfectly. Emery Larson on the left wing. Larson held scoreless in the first half, and she can change that as she's fouled along the baseline going up for the bucket. Foul is committed by Abigail Harrington. That will be her second foul. Third and fourth free throws of the night upcoming for the Govs as Larson drops it in. Pretty rare occurrence to see Emery Larson held scoreless one quarter, let alone two. She is scoreless no more. She drains both free throws. And the Governors on the inbound force a turnover. Mackenzie Flottmeyer there to redirect the inbound pass. She never touched it. It was just thrown away by the Tigers. Those two free throws made by Larson will cut it back to a 14-point deficit. Jasmine Yost driving, but couldn't keep that pivot foot down as she entered the right side of the lane, just dragged it. You could hear the squeak, and you could see the look of dismay on Yost's face as she knew the whistle was coming for the travel. Kenzie Flottmeyer hassling Addison Knight as she makes her way up the floor. Tigers able to get it across. Chloe Carr cross-court pass almost stolen by Larson. But into the hands of Davis, who kicks it inside to Harrington, who tried to throw it off Larson's leg as she was falling out of bounds. But her foot was on the baseline, so another Governor defensive turnover. Gives them an opportunity to capitalize. Kirky up ahead. Flottmeyer left side wing. Far side from us. Drives it inside the top of the key. Kicks quickly to Kirky. Turnaround jumper from Kirky is good. Kirky's got 6, and the deficit down to 12. Hilton Hines with a right-handed bounce pass through to Knight, and we got a whistle, and looks like Flottmeyer going to be whistled for the contact. Just the first for Mackenzie Flottmeyer. Davis in front of a whiteout student section will inbound. Tigers throw it right into the hands of Jasmine Yost. Yost to Larson. Larson for three. Leaves it short, but it kicks to Yost. Yost inside, spits it out to Flottmeyer. Flottmeyer into the far side corner. Olsen traversing, coming near side. Jasmine Yost floats it inside. Olsen, turnaround shot, no good. Thought she was fouled, didn't get the whistle. Coming away with the board was Hilton Hines. Hines driving in, hands it off to Davis. Davis drives inside, post jumper is good. Right-handed floater was perfect from Davis. And we've got an Agtegra timeout taken. This will be a 60-second break. We'll be back in 1 minute with a word from Agtegra on KGFX.
I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal.
Neither team using the full allotment of that Agtegra timeout. Back to action quickly. We'll tell you what Agtegra has to say when we get a breath here. Mackenzie Flottmeyer fakes the three, drives baseline and drops it in. Nice touch there from Mackenzie Flottmeyer. 34-22, Tigers leading with 5:17 to play in the third quarter. Allie Davis trying to float it inside through traffic. Ultimately coming away with it was Jasmine Yost in the midst of three white jerseys. Ollie Olsen, a three-point threat, draws three defenders, kicks out to Larson, and Larson drains her first three of the ball game. Back to a single-digit deficit, 34-25. Huron leading, but Pierre starting to find a bit of a rhythm. Blocking foul is called against Jasmine Yost as leading scorer Hilton Hines trying to get by her. That's going to be the third foul for Yost. Saturday afternoon, Kirk Bebout had two of his players playing with four fouls with a lot of clock left to burn, but he left them in. Kirky and Olsen were the two playing with four, if my memory serves correct. And another foul on the inbound, and if that's Yost, that is going to be her fourth, and indeed it is. So Zoe Bauer will check in with Jasmine Yost. She shakes her head as she comes off the floor. And they're going to say that was a shooting attempt by Hilton Hines, so she'll look to add to her 12-point total. Kirk Bebout cannot believe it, and neither can the Pierre contingent. And finally, Genevieve Dement Osborne comes in and gets it correct. Everybody in this building was stunned to see Hines headed to the free throw line. Kirk Bebout was particularly upset because earlier in the first half, the same play happened, and his team did not get free throws out of it. Comes a drive, off-balance shot, almost goes down for Hines, but it rattles out and out of bounds. Kirk Bebout had the whole crowd on his side. But good on these officials getting it right. That's ultimately what they want to do. They want to get the call right, even if it takes a moment. So well done, Genevieve Dement Osborne. Emery Larson controlling at the top of the key. Flottmeyer's got space for three. She thought about it, but decides to drive. Emery Larson gets the kick, heaves the three up in the air off the top of the backboard and out. You could feel the collective intake of breath. Everybody in this building wearing Governor Green wanted to see that one go down, and white in this whiteout evening. We've got a whistle and an alternating possession as Jim Fugate almost called the travel, started to motion it, but then changed, put the two thumbs up in the air. Still a 9-point deficit for the Governors with 4:03 left in this third quarter. Turnaround shot no good for Hilton Hines off the inbound, and an offensive foul committed by Hines. That is her third, and she is the Tigers' leading scorer, so that is a storyline to watch. See if the Governors start to go at Hines. She's guarding Bauer, who brings it across midcourt, kicks out. Flopmeyer wide open three. Off to the right, no good. Shedding free. Chloe Carr gets rid of Jordan Kirky, and she is whistled. Kirky's family standing up. They saw that one from a mile away, and now a conversation taking place here between Jesse Strickers and DeMen Osborne. Well, when it's all said and done, Chloe Carr will earn her first foul. Bauer floats it into Kirky. Kirky fields on the elbow and gets the foul. Kirk Beebout, he threw his hands up, I think just out of his, what he's seen here tonight. He thought that was going against the Governors. Kirky with a nifty little move there, faked the handoff, stepped between the two defenders and drew the contact. That's 14 fouls here for the Tigers, so one more will put the Govs at the line. Quick inbound to Olsen. She is contested by Hines, misses the shot. Hines comes away with the board, running it up the floor, going right at Emery Larson in the lane. Larson with a good piece of defense there, forces the missed shot and comes away with the rebound. She drives it quickly. Governors back to work on offense. Here off to our right. Flotmeyer in the corner, steps to the elbow. Takes to Kirky. Kirky swings. Bauer, three-pointer on the way. Too strong. Hines coming away with it. Up ahead for Knight. Knight quick swing to Schley. Schley steps in and is called for the double dribble. Cody Kaufman telling his girls to just calm it down. Turnovers starting to mount up either way. To be fair, the pace of this game has picked up rapidly. Olsen stepping in. The left block shot rolls off the front of the rim. That would have been a highlight play for Molly Olsen had it fallen. Tigers get back to work, and a gorgeous pass inside from Addison Knight will lead to a Hilton Hines bucket. She's got 14 after that make from the left block. Zoe Bauer finds a beautiful cut from Emery Larson, but she floats it too far along the baseline over the hoop. Didn't catch any of it. Addison Knight up ahead, throws it off the hands of Haley Rogers and into the student section. The turnovers continuing to pour either way. 2:29 to go. We're stuck here 36-25, 11-point lead for the Tigers. Hilton Hines still out there with the three fouls. Carson steps to her left, feeds it inside, finds Kirky, who finds a cutting Mackenzie Flotmeyer, who goes up and draws the contact. She was hit hard by Jayla Schley. That'll be Schley's second. That free throws for Mackenzie Flotmeyer can cut this back to a 9-point game. Governors are perfect from the line tonight. I'm knocking on wood, though, as to not jinx Mackenzie Flotmeyer. First one on the way is true. Flotmeyer doing it all down there, directing traffic to Zoe Bauer and Emery Larson behind her. And now firing and making the second free throw. Not as many people in the building as there was Saturday with the Hall of Fame ceremony, but the energy is the same. These folks are trying to will the Pierre Governor girls to a win. Emery Larson sticks her hand in the pot, forces it free from Knight, but unable to save it. Knight doing a nice job creating a blockade with her body, not to let Larson dive that one and spring it free. Georgian will inbound, nobody in front of her. Right, turns around, kicks it back to Georgian, who swings it cross court to Hines. Hines fakes the three, steps between two defenders, but they're going to say that there's a little bit too much contact committed by Zoe Bauer, and that will be Zoe Bauer's fourth. So Kirk Bebout with a little bit of a predicament on his hands. He's got Zoe Bauer out on the floor with 4 fouls, and Jasmine Yost on the bench with 4 as well. Meanwhile, Hines knocks down the first free throw. Zoe Bauer will check out. Jasmine Yost back in. As we mentioned, both of those two playing with foul trouble. Hines second on the way. Up and good. Under 2 to play here in the third quarter. 38-27. A good game thus far. Olsen up top. Larson quick pull for the three. Off the front iron, no good. How about the hand from Jordan Kirky? Elevating up, tipping it to Yost to keep this possession alive. Kirky falling down underneath the basket. Tried to throw it to Flottmeyer, but it rolls towards the baseline and out of play. And that was a wonderful piece of tip drilling from Jordan Kirky. Keep that offensive series alive for the Governors. Tigers will work it up ahead. Defensive presence is picking up here for the Govs. Inside pass to Hines. Hines steps by Yost, and Yost playing with 4 fouls. Didn't want to get too far in the way of Hines and send herself to the bench for the remainder. Hines lays it up and in. 13-point lead now for the Tigers. Governors trying to answer. No steps inside, swings back. Kirky long 2 on the way. Misses it off to her right. Knight coming away with the board. Bounce pass inside. Hines feeds it. Beautiful feed for Chloe Carr, who finishes the possession for the 2-point bucket. 42-27. Huron stretching out the lead here in the final 40 seconds. Those would love to find any bit of momentum to carry them into this fourth quarter. It was driving into the chest of Hilton Hines, and that will be the 4th foul for Hines. It will also be the 15th foul for the Tigers, so Jasmine Yost will take free throws here. A lot of hands on hips, a lot of players keeled over. This has been a back-and-forth affair, sprinting up and down the floor as Jasmine Yost just barely off the mark on her first attempt. Kirk Bebout will try to steal some breathing minutes for Mackenzie Flottmeyer and Jordan Kirky as Ludeman and Bomberger check in for this final 30.5. Yost quickly fires a second, misses it short. Plenty of time to work here for the Tigers as Harrington brings it across midcourt, picks up her dribble at the free throw line and swings it back out for Knight. Knight backing in, picks it up, swings it to the corner. Rogers brings it back out towards the top. 10 seconds to play here. Inside feed, good find and a good finish for Chloe Carr. Addison Knight with a gorgeous pass sets up a 44-27 Huron Tiger lead as we head to the fourth quarter. Back in 60 seconds with the fourth and final frame. We'll see if the Governors can mount a comeback here on KPFX.
With Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union's new online and mobile banking feature.
If new home construction or a major renovation project is on the top of your list for 2026, then let's kickstart your plans with an interest rate as low as 3.99%. A construction loan at Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is tough to beat and definitely something you can build on. Visit DakotaLandFCU.com for details or stop by a friendly and convenient branch location today. Dakota Land, federally insured by NCUA.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference. To follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Start our fourth quarter. Hello, everybody. Justin Coward coming to you live here on this Tuesday night in Riggs High Gym. Start with a pass down low for Molly Olson. Governors attacking from my left to right. Bit of an offensive explosion there at the end of the third quarter for the Tigers. This was a 9-point game. Ludeman trying to answer back with a three. That misses to the left. Haley Rogers secures the defensive board. Hilton Hines still out there playing with 4 fouls for the Tigers. The 17-point lead, you don't really have to worry too much about foul trouble as Haley Rogers heaves a three. But first, there is a whistle. And that'll go against Huron. So Governors will get the ball back. As we said, plenty of time left to work. 7 minutes and 23 seconds, an eternity. Governors haven't really been able to find an offensive rhythm shooting from the outside. Molly Olson trying to change that here with a three. That misses to the right. And pulling in the board was Allie Davis. Davis with a long pass up ahead. Hilton Hines to the rack. Too strong. And a tie-up between Chloe Carr and Emery Larson down low. Deschanero, as our great PA announcer said, in favor of the Huron Tigers. Allie Davis with a quick kick in, and Larson, he's kind of looking around, make sure the defense was set, lost Harrington back behind her, and Harrington was able to finish the bucket. She's got 4 points, 46-27. Jasmine Yost straight to the rim, and a nice right-handed finish. And we've got a timeout taken by Kirk Bebout. We'll be back in 60 seconds on KGFX with a word from Agtegra.
At First Dakota.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 1060 KGFX Pierre. Rebroadcasting on K276GT. 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. If you drink, don't drive.
Out of the Agtegra timeout, the Huron Tigers called for an over and back. And we remind you, acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. It's 46-29, Huron leads. And with 6:35 left in the ball game. Emery Larson on offense. Dribbles off the left foot. She goes down to the floor. As a little bit of a brouhaha ensues as a fight for that loose ball will favor the Pierre Governors as the possession arrow pointed in the direction of the Governor's bench, so Jasmine Yost will inbound. Genevieve DeMent-Osborne wiping off the sweat from the basket. These officials do more than you think they do. They don't just make calls and keep the game in line. They got to make sure they do a little housekeeping. Speaking of making calls, Jordan Kirky draws the foul and heads to the line for 2 free throws. Three dribbles for Kirky as she fires and keeps her good night of shooting from the line continuing. She got 7 points, 3 for 3 from the line. Same routine, same outcome. Jordan Kirky makes the pair. Tigers beat the press, driving ahead. It's jarred free. Knight goes down to the floor, and a timeout taken by Cody Kaufman and the Tigers as Harrington got into a little bit of trouble. It'll be a 30-second break. We will stay right here and remind you this time around that the Agtegra timeouts tell you acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Pierre Governor boys went on the road to take on a very solid Huron Tigers team. Kept it close. It was a single-digit deficit at the halftime break, with Huron has stretched out their lead with some good defense as they're in the final minute of capping off a 54-36 ball game right now. Tigers out front, and the Huron Tigers here out in front 46-31. We've got 6:19 remaining here in the fourth. Kirk Bebout drawing up some plays there on the whiteboard. Upcoming games, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule. Some very important games. We'll also take a look at the standings. And that'll give you a good idea of why the final stretch of this regular season holds so much importance for the Pierre Governor girls. As we exit out of the Agtegra timeout, Tigers with the possession. Three-pointer on the way for Jency Georgian, and she knocks it down. So Gorgon makes the three. It makes it 49-31. Whistle and a travel called against Emery Larson. Tigers will inbound here. Trying to waste away this final 6 minutes and stay above 500. They sit at 8-7. Then we'll put them at 9-7. Your Governor girls, if they can't mount the comeback, will fall to 3-11 on the season. Hilton Hines driving into the chest of Alex Ludeman. Ludeman went flying, no whistle. Meanwhile, the kick out to Addison Knight results in a 2-point bucket. Jasmine Yost taking it down the lane. She draws the foul. Looks like they'll get Gorgon there. Kind of similar game flow from the girls and the boys game in this road and home doubleheader between the two. Pretty close game at half, but Huron able to stretch it out in the second half. Shot off the inbound, no good for Kirky. That thing did a 360 spin around the rim. Molly Olson unable to get the putback. Allie Davis comes away with the board, quickly up ahead. Three-pointer on the way is good for Hilton Hines, but there was a whistle and a travel called against Davis. Kind of unfortunate there for Davis as she brought it inside the arc and started to pass it outside. Her foot slipped out from underneath her. Couldn't get the pass out in time, was whistled for the travel, and another whistle and another foul called. I think this is going to go against the Tigers, and they'll get Allie Davis. So that'll be her fourth. Allie Davis and Hilton Hines both playing with 4 fouls. Cody Kaufman sticking with them, though. Zoe Bauer inbounds it. Jordan Kirky gets it on the elbow. Spins, twirls down the lane. Shot no good. Olsen with the rebound. Kicks out long 2 for Yost is no good. That too did a 360 spin and kick down. Some unfortunate events here for the Pierre Governors, and a whistle as Jordan Kirky tried to tie up Allie Davis. That'll be Kirky's third foul here this evening. 5:01 to play, 51-31. Tigers trying to salt this one away. Davis looking, running out of time. Finally gets it into Gorgon up top. Knight's got it on the left wing, steps inside, up and under, loses the dribble, but right into the hands of Davis. She couldn't get the right-handed layup to go. Yost was there to claim the board. Yost up ahead, swings, right wing 3. Larson on the way, no good, off the shoulder of Chloe Carr. And that'll go out of bounds. That one caught Chloe Carr by surprise. She couldn't save it after it rolled off her right shoulder. Ayla Schley and Rogers will check in for the Tigers. Zoe Bauer, meanwhile, inbounding 4-4-4. Left on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Olsen on the left block. Kicks it out to Bauer. Bauer swings to Yost, who kicks it out to Kirky. Kirky with a long 2. Off the front iron and off the glass and out. Shots just not falling here for the Pierre Governors in this second half. as Hilton Hines takes it in. Well contested, misses the shot, but Schley there to cover it up, rebound it, and she has got 10 points. Larson swings. Olsen on the left wing. Thought about three. Gives it up to Yost at the top of the key. Yost drives, kicks back out. Now Olsen's got an open look at three, and Olsen converts. So Molly Olsen makes her second three of the ballgame. She's got 8 points. Jordan Kirky on the defensive end. Steps in front of a pass. Deflects it to Larson. Steal is good. Larson in the lane, spinning, putting one up. That was heavily contested by Gorgon. And Larson just couldn't get a good look at it. Tigers coach Cody Kaufman telling him to slow it down. Hilton Hines is going to be whistled for the travel as she got rid of Jasmine Yost, spun down in the lane, and took one slight extra step. Zoe Bauer dribbling with the right hand, picks up Kirky on the elbow. Kirky working against Schley, and Schley will slap the right arm of Kirky as she goes up for the two. This will be free throws for Kirky. Kirky's had a good night offensively. She can get to 10 points into double digits with these two. First one on the way for Kirky is a bit long. Abigail Harrington will check in for Addison Knight, who takes a seat. Jordan Kirky will go through her tried and true routine. Only 2 dribbles this time around, and she leaves it a bit short. Harrington across midcourt, throws a little shoulder check at Molly Olsen. Been a physical game both ways. Officials have let it play out for the most part. Schley cross-court swing, long left wing three is on the screws for Hilton Hines. She had a good first half. She's having a great second half. 10 points in the first, 11 in the second for Hilton Hines. Jasmine Yost drives, then backs out, swings to Olsen. Olsen got about midway into her three-point shot before she pulled it back down, found a cutting Yost along the baseline who missed the first and couldn't get the second to go either. Oregon with a cross-court pass as the Tigers cross into the front court with 2:33 left in the game. Beautiful cut, beautiful pass. Hilton Hines just couldn't get the finish. Zoe Bauer there to collect the rebound. Up ahead for Larson. Larson double-teamed and poked in the eye. Didn't get the call. She can hardly see out of that left eye, and a timeout taken by Kirk Bebout. It'll be a 30-second break. We just hope that Emery Larson's all right. So they'll take a look at her. We'll take a timeout. Back in a half minute on KGFX.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra Cooperative today, and all eyes inside of Riggs High Gym go to the eye of Emery Larson. She had her eye poked pretty hard on that possession. There was no whistle until Kirk Bebout took the timeout. And Larson still being tended to by the paramedical staff down there on the bench. Alex Ludeman is checked in for Emery Larson. Ball swinging around the outside of the arc offensively for the Governors. Finally open look for three by Molly Olsen. That was quickly contested by Harrington. That one went halfway down and popped out. Final 2 minutes to play, 56-34. Huron on their way to getting a tough road win. As this pass is heated up by Jasmine Yost. She forces that one out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers in the front court. And now wholesale substitutions coming for Kirk Bebout. Ellen Hart, Faith Baumberger, Alice Rapp checking in for the Pierre Governor girls. Marina Bushbaum also coming into the ball game. One substitution for the Tigers. It'll be Isabel Kremer to check into the ball game, the junior center. Jesselyn Noyes will inbound this. She too checked into the game. Some unseen substitutions. Lily Hofer comes in and possesses, now swings to the elbow for Jayla Schley. Stepping through contact there with Schley. Missed the shot, got her own rebound, and forced her way back inside. And Schley with another two has 12, 58-34. Here with 90 seconds to play. Zoe Bauer looking for her second three of the ball game, misses it from the right wing. Gorgon comes away with the board. Couple more possessions, and the Tigers can just hold on to it and improve to 9-7. Bremer forces it up top for Noyes, who swings it here near side for Hofer. Hofer trying to kick it in. That one's deflected and into the hands of Alice Rapp. Good defense there by the Pierre Governors. Under 60 seconds to play as Zoe Bauer floats it here near side for Rapp. Rapp up top for Bushbaum. Bushbaum swings to Bauer, who gives it right back to Bushbaum, who lays it in with the left hand. Great play all around. Zoe Bauer gets another assist. Bushbaum's on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Huron will control. Three on the way for Kremer off the front iron. Bit of a collision there. Ultimately coming away with it was Lily Hofer. And we got a foul committed by the Pierre Governors. They'll get Faith Bomberger with the contact. So now shot clock shut off. Huron can just inbound it, hold on to it if they so please. They can do whatever they want. Oregon will dribble. She'll back out towards midcourt. Alice Rapp speeding her up. Hey, Alice Rapp wants to make the most of her playing time, and I don't blame her. And Alice Rapp almost coming away with a steal. Oregon loses control from her backside, kicks it out. And now Hofer will just dribble it out. Ellen Hart will let her do just that. And that is a final. 58-36. Huron Tigers get the win and improve to 9-7. Pierre Governors fall to 3-11. We head to our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. We'll recap all the individual scoring, take a look around the state of some scores, and look ahead at the upcoming schedule. Some very important games upcoming for the Pierre Governors. Back, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg show, post-game show right after this on KGFX.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Service Master of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
The DWU Culver's Classic is
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Yes, going through a extremely difficult part of their schedule. As we take a look at the individual scoring from tonight's 58-36 loss for the Pierre Governor girls. Govs were led by Jordan Kirky and Molly Olson, who both finished with 8 points. Jordan Kirky knocked down a couple of free throws from the free throw line, had 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. Molly Olson knocked down 2 threes in her 8-point performance tonight, 5 in the first half, 3 in the second half. Zoe Bauer saw plenty of playing time. Don't know if this is true or not, but that felt like the most minutes Zoe Bauer had seen at the varsity level this year. She knocked down a 3 in the first half along with a 2-point field goal. She finished the night with 5 fouls. She and Jasmine Yost got to 4 fouls in that second half, so kind of tough rotating both of them in and out. They also had to play a little bit, not timid, but a little bit safer not to commit contact and head to the bench for the evening. Jasmine Yost does the bench with those 4 fouls. She scored 4 points, but that was kind of the story of the game tonight. So we'll fill in the Huron Tigers individual scoring in a moment. Just want to recap kind of the action of the game. Pierre Governor girls got into foul trouble early, which led to a ton of free throws for Huron in the first half. And Huron was able to build out their lead that way. Now, Pierre Governor girls got their fair of free throws in the second half. They went 9 of 13 to finish the evening, but 13 free throws to 19 as the Huron Tigers knocked down 13 of their free throws. But when you look at those numbers, those seem somewhat even, obviously favoring the Huron Tigers, but with a multitude of those fouls coming in the first half, Huron was able to build quite the advantage. And with their offense in the second half, playing with that cushion, they were able to stretch it out throughout the evening. And that was kind of the issue tonight for the Pierre Governor girls. They forced plenty of turnovers on defense. They were able to get themselves opportunities to capitalize, but in the second half, with playing from behind, just weren't able to see the shots fall, and that was ultimately the tale that told the story for the Pierre Governor girls. Individual scoring for the Huron Tigers. Addison Knight finished with 3 points. 4 points for Allie Davis. Abigail Harrington also with 4. 2 double-digit scores tonight for the Tigers. Jayla Schley, she finished with 12 points, 8 in the first half, 4 in the second half. And Hilton Hines, the leading scorer from both sides with 21 points. And she didn't really do it all from outside the arc. Just 1 made 3, but she knocked down her free throws when she got the chance. 10 points in the first half, 11 points in the second half. The model of consistency tonight from Miss Hilton Hines. Well, we got a lot more to get to in our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. But before we do that, we want to remind you that the DRG News app, you can download that and bounce around from game to game. Many nights like tonight, we've got multiple broadcasts going on across our airwaves, and you can bounce around from game to game. That's good ones going on right now on KMLO and KPLO at a home and away doubleheader. But they'll know that DRG News app make your listening experience much more streamlined and much more enjoyable. All right, we're going to take one more break. When we come back, it's time for our Pound and Lumber Player of the Game.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastормroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
A rush to continue us on in our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. Not sure where I cut off. This has never happened to me before. My trusty router just decided, hey, look, it's almost 8:30. I'm done for the night, but we're not done, and thanks to, my hotspot for keeping us up on the air. All right, let's take a look, and I don't know where, again, I cut off, but just to recap, Hilton Hines with 21 points, led both teams in scoring for the Tigers. Jayla Schley finished with 12 points. And I mentioned before we went off air, some really good games going on across the state in Class AA. As we take a look at the Class AA boys scores here this evening, Mitchell beat Aberdeen Central 54-34. And Watertown beat Sioux Falls Jefferson 92-73. A lot of offense in that one. Sioux Falls Lincoln outlasts O'Gorman in an absolute thriller, 69-67. Lincoln showing why they are one of the top teams in the state, often ranked up there at number one. Sioux Falls Roosevelt boys are leading Brookings 72-61. Less than a minute left in the fourth quarter there. Another thriller between Sioux Falls Washington and Brandon Valley. Washington coming away with the win at 50-49. And Douglas leading Hot Springs 27-23 at the halftime break. Still to play tonight, Harrisburg and T-Area between 10-3 Harrisburg and the 10-4 Titans. That'll be one that I'm sure a lot of eyes will be on here this evening. Spearfish at 11-2 will take on 4-10 Sturgis tonight. And the Pierre Governor boys fell on the road to the Tigers by a final score of 54-39. Over to the girls' side of things, O'Gorman took care of Lincoln with no trouble, 62-15 the final there. T-Area outlasts Harrisburg, 43-37. Spearfish is trying to hang on against Sturgis, leading by 9, 42-33 with under halfway to go in that fourth quarter. Less than 4 minutes left there. Good one from Brandon Valley and Sioux Falls, Washington. Brandon Valley girls, they stay perfect on the season with an overtime victory over Washington, 65-60. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, they beat Brookings 55-47. Aberdeen Central edges out Mitchell 57-52. Sioux Falls Jefferson beat Watertown 59-26. And still to play tonight, Douglas and Hill City. And, of course, the final here as the Huron Tigers beat the Pierre Governor girls 58-36. Before we dive into our player of the game segment, this has kind of been, as we mentioned, one of the tougher stretches for the Pierre Governor girls throughout the season. There are no easy games in Class AA, but especially when you're going through a stretch like the Governor girls are right now. But as we take a quick look at the Class AA standings. Pierre Governors, as of right now, sit at 14th. Behind them is Sioux Falls Roosevelt at 15. At 16 is Watertown. Roosevelt sits at 2-12. And you know that they beat Brookings tonight 55-47. That will update to 3-12. Watertown lost to Sioux Falls Jefferson tonight, so they will drop to 3-12. And of course, Sturgis, as of right now, is they are losing to Spearfish 44-33. They sit at 17th on the outside looking in. Brookings losing to Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight. That game that we just mentioned will drop Brookings to 2-12. Douglas at 4-8, but not a lot of seed points in those 4 wins for Douglas. They sit at 19th, and then winless Sioux Falls Lincoln at 20th. The reason that we kind of take a look at that, we look at the upcoming schedule for the Pierre Governor girls. They will get 2-11, or now 2-12. Brookings coming up on the 17th. That will be 7 days from now. Then they go on the road to take on a stout Mitchell team who sits at 11-4. And, of course, all of these records are before they have entered in these games that have gone final tonight. Sioux Falls Lincoln obviously falling to O'Gorman. They dropped to 0-15. Sioux Falls Jefferson getting the win over Watertown tonight. They will improve to 9-6. They will face off with the Pierre Governor girls on the 24th of February. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, that game will be on the 27th. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, as we mentioned now for the third time, getting the win over Brookings. They improve to 3-12, and Watertown will be the final regular season game for the Pierre Governors, as that'll be on February 28th on the road, and Watertown now dropping to 3-13. So even with this loss tonight, everything sitting in front of the Pierre Governor girls. They have just got to win the games that they need to win to close out the regular season, and they will find themselves on the road, but in the dance, and that is all that matters. Give yourself an opportunity, and there has to be something said about playing teams of this caliber at this point in the season. You can only get better from playing against good teams, and that is what the Pierre Governor girls are trying to build on right now. So going to be some really important games coming up, and all those games will either be on KGFX or River 92.7. All right, South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you, don't fear for deer. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be, as we hope all of you make it home safely. Now let's get to our player of the game. Before we do that, a word from our friends who sponsor our player of the game, at Bauman Lumber.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
And I apologize for all those folks at home watching on drgnews.com at the KGFX station page. You got to look at my mean mug to close out our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. You can thank the great John Stewart for that. Our player of the game tonight goes to Miss Hilton Hines. It could have gone a couple different directions, but man, did she play well, and man, did she play consistent. 10 points in the first half, 11 points in the second half. And, well, that is player of the game worthy for Miss Hilton Hines. Congratulations to her. But again, Pierre Governor girls, they've got some things that they need to iron out. They are right there. They just have to get rid of the foul troubles. They got to get rid of the turnovers, got to see some more offense production, and they will be in the driver's seat of some of these games, especially coming down the final stretch of this regular season. Want to give a big thanks to all of our great sponsors for making broadcasting high school hoops here possible tonight on KGFX at Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford, Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, Madam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wagner Auto, Hag-Ag, Sander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, and Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi. Our pregame was sponsored by Bank West. Of course, our DRG News app, making your listening experience much more streamlined and much more enjoyable. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, making sure you get here and get home safely. Our Keys to Success, sponsored by Buff Nation. All timeouts were sponsored by Agtegra. Our player of the game was sponsored by Bauman Lumber. And our halftime break was sponsored by CHS River Plains, along with this post-game show sponsored by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. One final time off our Wegner Auto scoreboard on this Tuesday night, Huron Tigers come on the road and get a nice win. 58-36 the final score. They improved to 9-7. Pierre Governor girls fall to 3-11. For John Stewart on the camera, for Haley Hansen and our newest member of our team, Cortana Mancuso, back in the studio, I'm Justin Cowart saying so long. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful Tuesday night, everybody.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 1060 KTFX Pierre. Rebroadcasting on K276GT. 103.1 FM for Pierre. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told a congressional subcommittee about a lunch he had with Jeffrey Epstein.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick had said he'd distanced himself from Epstein in 2005, but under oath, Lutnick admitted he had lunch with Epstein on his...
Three from the corner, good!